Here we go, the Adelaide 36ers taking on the Cairns Taipans. Now it's the battle of the minnows, the battle for last place in this one. There's better games in the round, but I still reckon that this one will give us some action because both of these teams are desperate for a win. And the good thing for the Taipans is that they have got the win over Adelaide earlier this season. So I'm going to go with the Taipans here, albeit anything could happen in this one. So we'll take them at the line here. I reckon if they are able to get a lead, it's just going to demolish the Adelaide 36 and they'll be able to get it done there. But the total points is probably where I most want to play here. That's an incredibly low total. Now, when you get two poor-rated teams going together, they're usually able to score the ball. So I'm going to take the total points over here. Enjoy the game, and most importantly, gamble responsibly.
I'm never off my grind. I'm always on time. I'm ahead of the game. I'm first place. I'm in my prime. Hard work that pays off. I pay dues. I'm paid off. Cross me, get crossed off. I'm so fresh. I'm so raw. Go hard like A-Day. It's game time like A-Day. I fall hard in clutch play. It's game time like A-Day. Now let the game begin.
Filipino star Sotto has been a shining light for the Adelaide 36ers, leading his team in scoring last week, plus a game-high rebounding haul the week before. Along with captain Mitch McCarron, who is top 5 in the league in assists and steals, they provide a great 1-2 punch. But will they have enough to KO a Cairns team that could leapfrog them on the ladder with import duo Scott Machado and Tajir McCall at the head of the Snakes? There's a lot to look forward to as we welcome you to the Adelaide Entertainment Centre as round 16 of the Hungry Jacks NBL continues. Hi everyone, I'm John Casey. Thanks very much for sharing your Friday night with us. This should be fun. The Bigs of Adelaide versus the run and gun and have some fun small ball lineup of the Cairns Taipans. Who's going to prevail? Let's find out from our commentators. We've got Pete Hawley, Leonard Copeland, and the first voice you'll hear, Jack Everett.
Thank you very much, Case, and happy Friday, everyone. Great to have your company for round 16. This Adelaide team, Hulls, as we welcome you in. I reckon they've got a bit of a point to prove. It would have stung their loss to New Zealand last week on their home floor, celebrating a milestone, and it was a less than satisfactory performance.
Yeah, no doubt about it. They were flat overall. New Zealand came and really handed it to them for the full 40 minutes. They want to bounce back, and they're going to have to. One thing Cairns Taipans are going to do, they're going to play hard, play with energy, especially after a few comments from their head coach. So I'm expecting both teams to try and get off on a good foot.
Let's take a look at the 36ers starting lineup with thanks to DoorDash, Coach. DoorDash March Madness, 20% off everything. Use the code word madness. Tad Duffelmeyer in the starting lineup tonight.
Duffelmeyer in the starting lineup, and that means McCarron's at the 2 spot, and hopefully he can get going, be a bit more aggressive on the offensive end and try to score.
Kai Sotto, as you can see there, Case spoke about him off the top tonight, was very, very good last week in the loss, 14 points. First time he's been the leading scorer for the 36ers.
Yeah, did all his work early in the first half, and he's growing with confidence each and every game, and he's going to do that with more opportunity with Isaac Humphries out. But what he's going to do is going to hang around in the right spot for dump-offs, get alley-oops. He's going to put the pressure on the offensive glass. He wants to pull down those rebounds. Even here, doesn't get it, but causes enough to Sunday Detch lobs it up to him, even knocked down a 3-ball. He banked it in. There's no chance he called it. This one right here, take it any way you can get it, big fella. But this is what they want to see. It's been a tough season, but keep giving him that opportunity to grow. He's still very young, he's still very raw, but when you throw it down to a big fella with his non-preferred, he's got a big ceiling.
That's tough. They're going to be a fascinating watch for the rest of the season, the Adelaide 36ers. The reason we say that, they're 5-12 on the season. They've already, this week, publicly put it out on the record and said, we've got an eye to next season. Copes, you've been around the league for a very long time. Here are the comments from their CEO earlier in the week. What did you think when you saw these?
I just thought, look, at the end of the day, they're saying, we're not good enough this year. We're going to look forward to next year. We're going to go back to the drawing board and get our team right, so next year we'll be okay.
They've got some decisions to make, and it might very well be an interesting free agency market, which we'll take a look at halftime in tonight's game as well. And now that we take a look at the Cairns Taipans and their DoorDash starting lineup as well, some changes to the way that they're going to look. Majuk Deng won't be starting tonight. Is this a little message from the coach?
I think it is. Look, he's the captain, and if you can put your captain on the bench, you can put anyone on the bench. I think he's trying to light a fire under these guys. They certainly should be playing better than they are. You got Machado and McCall, who haven't worked out as well. But look, if he can go to the bench, anyone can go to the bench.
Well, no. Steve Zimmerman tonight, so that's going to be the big key for them. They're going to be small up against it. You got Koi Noi playing in the 4, so he's probably guarding Daniel Johnson. So the Adelaide 36ers want to feed the big fella the rock and let him go to work. And yeah, Adam Ford had those comments. He wants to make sure that they're going to come out fired up. He's been saying for a few weeks they haven't played consistently enough, and he's expecting a good effort here.
said after the game and their loss to Sydney, which they were pretty competitive in for a lot of, they didn't get off to the greatest start. They lost by 9 points to a red-hot Kings team. So we're going to start playing like our jobs depend on it.
Well, a lot of that, I think he's saying the way they've just been coasting through it is they're thinking as well. It's been a tough season. We've had a lot of injuries, things out of our control. Let's just go out there. Let's do what we have to do. He's trying to light a fire. Say, hang on, you guys have a lot. We still have a lot to play for. They play for the fans. That's when Cairns are at their best.
Playing for the fans, you're playing for your jobs as well. So you got to perform every night.
Last night, it was the Hawks who got the job done over the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix. The second game of round 16 underway at the Adelaide Entertainment Centre. In the 78th meeting between these two teams. Home court advantage has been a huge factor in recent meetings between the Taipans and the 36ers. McCall had his pocket picked by Det. It's out of bounds.
Hey, we're up, be aggressive. We're up.
Good start there. Sunday Detch, we know he's known for 3-and-D type player. And here you go. See, Mitch McCarron inbounding the ball. I like it. We saw it a couple of weeks ago with Dufemire playing the one. Mitch McCarron sees the ball in the offense at a different time. He doesn't have to just pass it up and then not see it again. I have to try and create late shot clock. See how they try and get him involved.
Bairstow. Look for Johnson down low. His pass chopped off. Qual stepping through. Trying to be aggressive early. Here's Dufemire against his former team. Up the other end, super quick.
And that's a nice job for him, being aggressive at that point guard position, getting to the basket.
Spent a couple of seasons with the Taipans. His first season as a 36er. Kuat Noi. Trying to bank it home, no good. What about Mitch McCarron at the 2 spot? Is that when there was discussion around Adelaide looking at a potential import and Jerome Randall's name and Casper Ware's name were discussed, that was part of that was that Mitch McCarron would go to the 2.
Well, it would have gone to 3 really if it was Casper Ware, because Sunday Detch can play that 2 spot, and there is Sunday Detch, good floater down the lane. And again, it's something we've seen in the past. This is when Mitch McCarron played for the Taipans. He was playing on the wing, and
he was aggressive too. He was very aggressive when he played for the Cairns Taipans. Offensively, I mean, he's still doing a great job rebounding the ball and passing the ball, but we need him to score in order for this team to do well.
Case said at pre-game, 5th in the competition for assists per game, Mitch McCarron, 2nd for steals. But it's the points per game number that is a little under what he would like it to be at 6.5 a game.
And to be fair, I mean, imports are playing good basketball, not great basketball. You know, your imports are generally the ones that are doing a lot of the scoring, but because they're not, then you got to go to guys like Mitch who you know can do it.
There's Keanu Pinder into the starting lineup. Got Noi involved. That'll be a foul on McCarron. Free throws to come for Cairns.
Offensive rebound, Keanu Pinder. Opportunity for him. He'll stay out of foul trouble, but a lot of minutes there with no Zimmerman.
You look at this Adelaide team and you see McCarron, Bairstow, and Johnson. Those 3 guys can play with anybody in this league. You just got to put 2 more guys with them to be consistent every night.
Is one of them a point guard?
One could be a point guard, yes, because I think McCarron's a better player at the 2 spot than he is a point guard. But you need another solid scorer on that wing as well.
Todd Withers not playing tonight for Adelaide, still out with COVID protocols. And as Halls mentioned, Steve Zimmerman, big man in the middle for the Taipans, hasn't travelled with the team this weekend due to knee soreness. Sunday Detch uses the Bairstow screen. Now on the bounce to McCarron. Catch and shoot. Huge for his confidence.
There we go.
We haven't seen that all season in terms of just an easy, quick mid-shot clock. This play kind of got broken up as McCall with a little Euro.
Just 12 of 49 from outside coming into tonight, Mitch McCarron.
And a lot of that is the time he shoots. As a point guard, bring it up. They try and get into the offense. They have nothing as Bairstow puts the move on. And
McCarron enables Dufemire.
You see, to me, McCarron, you've made that first one. Why not look at the ring and take the second one?
And McCall takes it to the other end and scores. His first points of the night. Back to a 3-point game. Johnson had the seal. No foul called.
CJ Bruton.
Wow.
It's going to be a charge. Good take from Duffermeyer. CJ Bruton let Daniel Johnson have it. Stop looking for a foul. Here it is. Just a quick. That's right, Cairns steps
how nice
straight
does it
into
look, though? How nice does it look?
You know, he can shoot it. And there's a good take, good read from Duffermeyer. But CJ Bruton, Daniel Johnson, he's probably the one guy, actually, he's very good at drawing fouls. He's done it over his whole career. He gets the free throw line a lot. But again, they're going to have smaller guys on him. So right now, it's Tajima McCall who's guarding Daniel Johnson. And when they had that switch, I think it was Bull Quoll at the time. That's a travel from Cam Bairstow. Take your time and just go up strong. You've got the size.
The Taipans will play Brisbane on Sunday. Adelaide will travel to John Cain Arena in Melbourne and play Melbourne United. So testing double-header weekend for both teams. Ball turns the corner, elevates and scores over the top of Bairstow.
Great drive.
We got a lot of good attempts on the rim, lads.
The more we see of Bull Quoll, the more we like. Very talented young man.
This is what you can't do, fall into the trapper. We've got the mismatches down low and telegraph them. Cairns know that they're going to be a little smaller at some positions, depending who's guarding who. Can't just throw it up there and make it obvious. Walk the ball down, okay, throw it in. Still got to get through your sets.
You're right.
That pass from Machado missed its target. Missed deep from McCall. Did well not to give away a foul. Adelaide ball from the baseline. Third meeting of the season between these two teams in round 3. Cairns got the money at home, 93-67. In round 12 at this venue, it was 82-71 in Adelaide's favour.
Well, he's CJ Bruton. This is not going to be a very good timeout. You heard him just say he was trying to organise everybody. Then he didn't get the ball in. 5-second violation.
This might be a spicy one.
This might be a spicy one.
Well, if it is, that's the stand-up, boy. That's what we're going to get. There we go. Stand-up timeout in the first 3.5 minutes of the game.
So for those who don't see a great deal of the Hungry Jacks NBL, a stand-up timeout is at the coach's request, and we can't go in and take the audio. We can have our camera position like it is now, but we can't go in and take the audio.
Is that, Jack? Why can't we go in there?
Because there's
It's not midnight, so we can't play that kind of audio.
There's some fruity stuff happening, Coach. That's
all
why.
right. That's what I want to hear.
That's why.
Well, every coach gets one if they want to use it, and you could hear it the way he was yelling at Daniel Johnson, and this is the accountability he's talking about. They were flat against the Breakers.
Yep.
And New Zealand looked really good in that game. And yeah, Adelaide made it a game down the stretch, but CJ Bruton trying to hold everybody accountable every single play.
I think he's saying, we're not going to start off slow. We're going to pick this thing up straight away. If you're not doing what you're supposed to do, you come to sit next to me.
Copes, after last week's loss, CJ Bruton said, what you're seeing at the moment is stress levels through lack of confidence, etc. He was talking about the playing group, but they take us into that mindset as a player.
It's hard, man. Look, when you're losing, you're not. With me, it's hard to explain because
you
had so much success.
Yeah, there you go.
And your confidence was so high all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, you still went out and did what you had to do as a job, but you still enjoyed yourself.
Right, the only time you lose is to Gazy in golf. That's not...
Wow.
Oh, no.
That was a hit upside the head, huh?
Oh, no.
That was a great... No golf clubs for you, buddy.
Oh, gee. You better ask Corey for his clubs. He won't be getting any off Copes.
Wow.
Bairstow with the rebound. And McCarron, he stepped into that 3 with confidence, pulls the trigger again.
Oh,
This is what I'm talking about. Pete,
you reckon this
kidding
feels
me?
good?
Are you kidding me? I feel good for him.
well, again, it was 2 weeks ago, I think, when they started Duffermeyer in the 1, and it just freed him up a little bit. I think everybody was making the comments of they look a little better, and gave Duffermeyer more confidence as well. That's going to do the confidence a world of good for Jim McCall. He has struggled to shoot the ball.
Just 20% from outside this season.
But what it also does is he can still bring the ball up. But again, if they have a chance to get through a set, he gets to see it in a different part of the offense.
Just don't fall back into that feeder spot, throughout the game. Be aggressive. Now that you've knocked down 2 threes, take the next one to the basket.
We haven't seen this all season. Just the first part of the offense, you go underneath the screen, steps right into a 3-ball, and it looks good. It's Jim McCall. They're going to give him that. He's going to knock that down and make them try and adjust. And that's more to your point, though, Copes, of he knocked down that first 3, Mitch McCarron, and had a pretty good look and decided to give the extra one. This is your chance. If you knock one down, give the next one up.
Majuk Deng checking into the game for Cairns. It's Kai Sotto in for his first minutes as well for the 36ers. Johnson up top. Shot clock at 5. McCarron needs to create late in the clock.
Oh, hello.
Pulls the trigger once more.
Either we're geniuses or somebody's gotten to him. Somebody said, look.
3 made threes in the opening quarter for Mitch McCarron. He's only made 12 for the season.
I'm not sure. I think CJ Bruton was just telling Dusty Hanners, you see what Mitch McCarron's doing, go and see that you can do it better. That's the one way to get the confidence in, get the competitiveness going.
And McCarron with the rebound.
Pull up, McCarron. Pull up, McCarron.
Oh, why not?
Ooh, not a mile away either. Loose ball. Johnson doesn't come up with it. It'll be an Adelaide ball.
And that's not a bad shot. I don't care what you say.
Well, let's see. Dusty Hanners. I'm interested to see how this is going to go. And it must have been a lot of stuff said before the game to all players. And the challenge has been put out to Dusty Hanners now.
And some first quarter minutes as well for Hiram Harris, who was really solid against the Breakers. He was plus 10 in his time on the floor. Just Sotto in the low block. Finds himself a long way from the basket. He's happy to pull up at the elbow, off target. A little under 4 minutes before quarter time. Pass telegraphed. Now Harris threw it upstairs for Sotto. The pass a little off target.
Is that going to be a field goal attempt?
Yep. Hannah's off-balance runner. It drops.
Nice.
Might credit that to Hiram Harris.
Yep.
That's what Dusty Hanners does when he tries to get his head down and likes to get to little floaters, and it's at random points. So if you get too close to him, he's going to probably pick up a foul. Offense is starting to flow for the Adelaide 36ers. See the Cairns look real stagnant right now.
You can hear Cairns coach Adam Ford in the background is saying, come on, they were all standing still.
Yep. Bailed out from Harris, just trying to be a bit too physical, bumping the cut. But that offense looked horrible in that half court, and bring Big Nate in. So here we go. Run something to get Jarway the ball down low. Catches it deep enough, there's no one who can keep him out of the key.
And also, he's a willing passer. So if you try to double team, he'll find the open guy for you. You just got to knock down the shot.
Qual off the inbound.
Hey, we're in it. Try and get something here.
That's 5 of Cairns' 12 points in the opening quarter.
Take over. Get out.
Sotto.
Set one. Space.
And McCarron
Space, set it. Get his hands
gets
up.
it back off Harris. Sotto for 3.
Get it. Get back.
Feeling good after that knockdown last week.
Drag it. Drag it.
Those are the ones you take one more dribble, get on the rim.
And he was there.
It was.
Jawai backs in and travels.
Well, there were 2 calls, and in the end, I think Kai Sotto was an accidental chair.
So, yeah, he pulled the chair, didn't he?
Well, I think he accidentally, because look at the big Nate's going in, and then, okay, yep. In the end, travelled.
So
I like it. Throw it into him.
If he falls on that chair, we got problems. We got problems.
Let's get courtside to John Casey.
Thanks, Jack. Just an update on Kai Sotto. He rolled an ankle at training this week, and CJ Bruton, who was contemplating starting him, couldn't do that after he took the knock at training. He's not quite sure how many minutes he's going to get out of him tonight and how the ankle will go. He's hopeful, but certainly not expecting to...
Is just a completely different Mitch McCarron than we have seen all season long.
It's the Cairns Mitch McCarron.
We talk about that New Zealand game, he was very poor. A lot of it was just running around in there. He's getting a couple of assists, getting off injured. He's too important to the team. We know he's a great leader. That's why he's the captain. He's had a lot of success in the league.
A lot of responsibility, Mitch McCarron as captain, and said, it's on me. It starts with me. He's turned up tonight, and he's leading from the front. Sotto tried to tip it in. That's out of play.
He's certainly leading from the front. He would play 40 minutes for me. I'm telling you right now.
Here we go. Keep an eye on Kai Sotto and his minutes, as Case was just mentioning. A little soreness in that ankle. Jordan Artai for his first minutes as well. And Kenny fed the big man. Nice ball movement from the Taipans.
He's unguardable when you get that. When you get that low, if you let him catch that ball, there's nothing you can do.
That's why you still can have the big presence of Nate. If you run the set right, look at that, just seals himself down there. Throw it to him eventually. He's going to get up. He's going to get fouled. And as you said, if someone tries to run a late double team, he's a very willing passer. He'll find somebody else the spot. Mitchell Cairns' career high is 25.
Career high is 25. Well, if he continues to play the way he's playing, that could be in trouble. Tonight?
Well,
Jeopardy tonight.
11 points in the first quarter. You're 4 or 5 from the field.
I'm trying to get 50.
You'd be going for at least 30 shots up.
30 shots?
Minimum.
You're getting 30 shots in the first half, bro. What's wrong with you? Kidding?
Jawai goes 2 of 2.
Sorry, Adam. Can't help you.
Taipans bring it back to 3, the difference.
Hey, good.
They're within 3, and Scott Machado hasn't scored. Nor has Majuk Deng, and Kawat Noi only has 2 points. So
It's good to just keep an eye on the substitutions for Adelaide as well, because we heard CJ Bruin's been very vocal and he's trying to keep everybody accountable. Any mistakes, whether they've got a quick leash.
Hannes gave it up. Bairstow in the corner.
Nice shot. Beautiful.
They're 4 of 8 from outside in the opening term, the 36ers. They lead by 6 on their home floor. Cairns almost gave it away. Jawai had the seal on Sotto. Doesn't finish from underneath. Second time. Had a little flat tire and then got fouled.
Well, big fella. It's a wow.
Just have a nice. Doing all the hard work. That one was well contested. Got his own work back and then, oh. Those ones hurt. Work the shoulder through after that.
Yep.
Back into the team last week against Sydney for his 200th NBL game. Nate Jawai had missed the previous 9 with a groin injury. He's carved out a very good career here in the Hungry Jacks NBL.
One of the nicest big men you'd ever want to meet. It's hard to get mad at him when he hits you with that big forearm.